At Tzu Chi year-end blessing ceremony, Hualien medical professionals recorded experience of helping quake victims. Tzu Chi Singapore Chapter launched a $1 challenge program inspiring people to help those in need. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Sue. Thank you for joining us. Happy Lunar New Year, and may all your wishes be fulfilled in the year of the dog. After the massive earthquake in Hualien, eastern Taiwan, many Tzu Chi volunteers are still in the disaster areas providing assistance. At the year-end blessing ceremony in Hualien, the medical team that has been at the front line to serve quake victims also shared their experiences. On February 6, 11:50 p.m., as soon as the earthquake occurred, the emergency center called everyone back to the hospital right at 12 a.m. At 12:10, the emergency room was already well prepared for taking in large amount of injured patients. Actually, we have rehearsed for this every year because we know that this day will come at some point.
Large number of patients flocked into the hospital after the earthquake, and the psychiatric department has set up a comfort station to heal the post-trauma patients.
Hospital in Hualien is the cornerstone to secure people's life, especially during the time of disaster. We feel very safe to be in a well-constructed building, and we can focus on saving people in here.
The year-end blessing ceremony in Hualien gathers everyone's prayers, even there were aftershocks during the event. Luckily, the 6 schools Tzu Chi helped to build in Hualien all survived the earthquake.
These 6 schools in Hualien, as well as our schools in other cities, we believe it out of a belief that as if our own children are going to study here.
During the earthquake, many people helped to save life right at the moment. Wu Zhiqing, a bus driver in Hualien, was the saver of Wu Mei and Liao Fengshi.
Some people brought the ladder and I put it on the window without any hesitation and started to climb up. Brother Liao was the first person I saw, so I brought him down with me.
Hualien is still experiencing many aftershocks till now, and Master Zhen Yan has been concerned about the earthquake victims.
那一天的晚上一直到早上，总是呢，心是悲戚无言。有灾难，要有大慈悲心。我们在花莲是慈济的发祥地，各位菩萨，我们真正的要有发挥到了大爱共伴有情天，天下如一家人。
祈求天下无灾。
Tzu Chi volunteers all around the world gathered to help the earthquake victims. Although some volunteers at the front line were not able to attend the year-end blessing ceremony, but everyone's hearts are united in hopes to help the victims pass through the hardship.
Mexico was struck by a massive earthquake last September. Tzu Chi volunteers formed a disaster relief team and recruited local residents as volunteers. This time when Hualien was struck by earthquake, Mexico volunteers took to the streets and canvassed for donation. The second largest media outlet in Mexico, Azteca TV station, has captured this and called it a meaningful action.
Los habitantes de varios municipios de Morelos, incluyendo Jojutla, ya saben, las comunidades afectadas por el terremoto, salieron a botear de nuevo, salieron a pedir ayuda, pero ahora ya no es para ellos, para los damnificados del terremoto, sino para los afectados por el sismo que esta semana sacudió Taiwán.
According to the report of the second largest media outlet in Mexico, Azteca TV station, earthquake victims who had been helped by Tzu Chi Foundation have become volunteers and took to the streets to canvass for donation for Hualien earthquake victims. Volunteers use Jing's aphorisms to promote. The news anchors say that it's an unusual but meaningful action.
aftermath of the massive earthquake that struck Mexico. For these quake victims who volunteer with Tzu Chi, the experience has given them hope and confidence that they can rebuild their hometown. After Mexico was struck by a massive earthquake last September, teacher Flora has fallen into depression.
I didn't want to leave my home because I was afraid of walking on the street. I'd say, what if this falls down? What if there's an earthquake? And what if? And that fear took over my body.
Being a volunteer has been her remedy.
Can you point out the place that has been damaged in your home? I need to go out and take a look. What kind of help do my neighbors need? I'm not the only one who has been affected, so have other people been affected. Life goes on. The doctor told me to go help my neighbors. This is very important.
Todos los vecinos del pueblo de San Gregorio Atlapulco, les informamos que en la puerta de la iglesia hay un módulo de la Fundación Tzu Chi.
As a community leader, Trinidad has been seeking help for quake victims. Then she realized that she can be a very good helper.
We went to the residents' home to give them hugs. I've realized that is what I need to do, conduct home visitations and give them hugs. People need sincere hugs to let them know that they are not alone. We are with them.
Se encuentran los devotos católicos que al contactarse y conocer a Tzu Chi,
From now on, we need to have the thought that people need to help each other. People need to change their attitude of minding their own business.
Mutual help has brought hope to them. At Tzu Chi's first aid distribution in Mexico, many earthquake victims who volunteer with Tzu Chi were moved to tears.
Tzu Chi's assistance comes with a lot of care, love, and compassion. A lady told me that her son passed away in the earthquake. She has not received any help since her son passed away. She hugged me and told me she felt like I was her son, helping her. This lady really moved me. She made me feel honored doing what I am doing. I'm grateful to my mother for giving me life. I feel honored to work with Tzu Chi volunteers and support earthquake victims.
Despite being devastated by the earthquake, they give of themselves to help others. Their love has shown the strength to rebuild Mexico. Since 2017, Tzu Chi Singapore Chapter started to launch the $1 challenge program, where participants are asked to save $1 Singaporean dollar for 100 days. Volunteers across the island have been mobilized to walk into the communities and introduce Tzu Chi and promote the act of giving. They hope by inspiring more people to give, they can spread love.
At the end of 2017, Tzu Chi Singapore Chapter launched the $1 challenge program. In merely 3 months, about 600 people across the island have been mobilized. Volunteers go to places such as railway stations, HDB flats, and markets to introduce Tzu Chi as well as canvass for donations.
It is because of such a common goal that we are able to activate the entire chapter. We want to let the volunteers know that this is everyone's responsibility. From the leader to the members of each group, our ultimate goal is to cleanse people's minds in each activity. So we will keep on going until we achieve our goal.
Volunteers walk into the crowd to invite everyone with sincerity and love. They have found many kind-hearted people are just around them.
Just sincerely tell them what you are doing. Then people will be moved and they will be willing to join the campaign.
In fact, there are many kind-hearted people, but we still haven't invited them to do some good deeds. To promote $1 challenge program, we have a lot of information to prepare, so we all have a sense of mission. My colleagues who have worked with me for many years haven't started to introduce Tzu Chi, but this sense of mission has inspired them to join the campaign.
People who participate in Tzu Chi activities are volunteers, and those who know Tzu Chi. Actually, we need to take to the streets and let people who do not know Tzu Chi to know more about Tzu Chi.
The cute mascots go along with volunteers to show up in each activity, while also encouraging the participants to donate money to help people in need.
Many people think that they have to pay money to do good deeds. It seems like doing good deeds is the privilege for rich people, but it is not necessarily so. If one donates $1 or $2 a day, in the end, you can accumulate a lot of money to help more people.
If we have the ability, we can help people in need. Although we do not have great strength, we can still contribute our share to help less fortunate people.
Canvassing for donations is Tzu Chi volunteers' mission, as gathering everyone's compassion is their ultimate goal.
In Taipei, there are some elderly veterans living in Fanlanshan Air Force retired servicemen's residence. They're mostly single or have no relatives here in Taiwan. Hence, they need to spend the Lunar New Year without any family by their side. Tzu Chi volunteers visit them every month, and this time they hosted a reunion feast.
Fanlanshan Air Force retired residence has become an empty house due to more and more older veterans passing away with time, and there are only less than 50 people left. Tzu Chi volunteers visit them every month for more than 10 years, helping them to cut their hairs and checking blood pressures. They've accompanied these old veterans that are mostly single and without any family here, and this time they hosted a hot pot fest for the new year.
Some are losing their hearing and some are very weak and have dementia, so we really feel compassionate for them. Now that some old veterans are still here, we want to make them feel like home as much as possible.
让他们有一个有家的感觉。准备用餐哦。
The volunteer walked toward the 94-years-old Shu Youzhi to interact with him.
哦，没有人会来找你们啊，只有我们慈济会来找你。
He takes out the Tzu Chi song lyric that was copied and laminated by the host and saying that he prays every day.
I'm thankful for Tzu Chi to bring us love and warmth every year. This is why Tzu Chi is always in my heart and on my mind, really.
Yang Huizi, who has been visiting the veterans for 4 years consecutively, has deep feelings for them.
I actually think that we shouldn't just come here once a month, but we should come to have a meal or chat with them whenever we have time.
We are trying our best to satisfy any needs for these old veterans. For example, if they need to go to the hospital but no one can assist them at this old age, then I will help them with it. I think I can live out with my wish to take care of my father. Changing the scene to Banchao's veteran house, volunteers invited community members as well as members from Tzu Chi basketball team to visit and greet the old veterans so that they can welcome the new year with a joyful heart.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Thailand started providing regular free clinics for refugees at the Bangkok Jingsi Hall since 2015. For the following 3 years, many groups have also worked with Tzu Chi to help out at the free clinics. In January, teachers and students from 2 nursing schools helped out at the free clinic. To these nursing students, it was a precious experience.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Thailand hold a free clinic every month for foreign refugees. Because this month's free clinic is close to the Lunar New Year, venue is also decorated to bring out the air of festivity. Teachers from the nursing school brought their students to give help.
I sweated a lot, but I don't feel tired because I'm very delighted to help other people.
During the community medical services, the volunteers are grateful to respect and love those patients who came for the services without regard to their religions or races. So I'm very touched.
Hatai Chanok first thought that she couldn't help much because she was in the second year, but she was able to help someone who had a sudden asthma attack.
First, I did not know what I could do at the free clinic, but after helping the patient, I feel I'm quite useful.
These young people also volunteer to do translation and work in the daycare area and in the kitchen.
While we were giving help, we realized what kind of problems these refugees had and needed to be solved. Then we'd give them advices. I'm glad to be able to help out at the free clinic and help those who need it.
Really great chance for me to I can have a chance to help the others.
Through the free clinics for refugees, these nursing students gain a lot of experiences in serving patients before getting jobs. It also allows them to handle any problem that will arise from their future jobs.
Taking care of one child with multiple disabilities can be exhausting, but Lai Yixing, a teacher of special education, must look after many such students. She has been doing it for 12 years. She won this year's highest honor for staff working for the physically or mentally challenged people. She opens the worlds of these children.
How does a special education teacher handle these children with multiple disabilities?
When I came here on the second day, I decided I'd quit. I was thinking about not coming here the following day. I wanted to do this work, but I didn't feel confident when I saw these.
However, in the end, Lai Yixing has been working here for 12 years.
It was the feeling of a life being waken up. I felt the seed had been watered and I wanted to keep it grow.
Hans is more experienced than Lai because he has been staying at the Maria Special Welfare Foundation for 13 years. Both of them grow together every day.
I simply keep him company quietly because if I make more sound, he will feel noisy.
Teacher Lai is very patient and understanding to the students. She can tell the students' feelings by looking at their eyes.
If a child is making a little progress, it is enough to keep her passion going.
If you enjoy it, you won't feel tired. You will sweat every day, but you also see them making little progress every day, and you're expecting to see them taking the steps tomorrow.
Lai Yixing is not exhausted from giving help to these children with multiple disabilities for years. Instead, she feels grateful because these children give her a chance to learn and understand the meaning of life.
We continue to look back at Tzu Chi's major events in 2017 from November to December.
In November, in the wake of widespread flooding in Thailand, Tzu Chi volunteers held 7 aid distributions to give out rice and other supplies to those affected. Over 3,000 families received Tzu Chi's aid. The volunteers also donated boats to the locals so they could get around more easily. In Malaysia, after the worst flooding in a decade hit Penang, Tzu Chi volunteers went to help clean up the affected areas. By 2017, Tzu Chi has provided free dialysis in Malaysia for 20 years.
The way you treat people like a family is something should be learned by everybody.
In Kuala Lumpur, the Tzu Chi International School broke ground. The school will provide education from preschool to pre-college program when it's completed in 2020. In Taiwan, Tzu Chi volunteers from 31 countries and regions gathered together for their certification ceremonies. They also also shared their experiences with one another.
我家里的慈济改写了我的人生。
孩子回来了。
熏法香是海外弟子的精神食粮。
Sentar assim, com os irmãos assim, eu já tenho pai. Eu, minha coração já está feliz. Eu quero puxar a Fundação Tzu Chi para frente.
我现在有160个会员，很多几十个都是我现在。受证的5位家人，每一次培训往返要坐火车的话，要将近50个小时。
91年华大水华东灾民们不吃饭，我们的师傅不吃饭。灾民们不穿棉衣，我师傅不穿棉衣，感动了我。晚上那个盐水留不住，止不住的往下流。
弟子是很适合的孩子，我长大了，弟子要生生世世在自己的路。
In 2017, wildfires destroyed 520,000 hectares of forest in Portugal, is equivalent to 19 times the area of Taipei. In December, volunteers from the United States, England, and France traveled there to assess damage. In December, typhoons Kaitak and Tembin devastated the Philippines.
Wala natitira, lahat ka lang damage lahat.
Ormac's DaAi village was flooded. Philippines volunteers give out cleaning tools.
Salamat talaga sa pala.
Kasi wala kaming matirahan, tapos pagtiwala, hindi nawala ng tiwala sa Tzu Chi. Kasi sa binigay sa bahay namin.
Daghang kayo salamat. Sana naman matabangan naman ang uban.
People participate in work for relief program to clean up their hometown. 9-year-old Carolyn has lost her backpack in the flood. During Christmas, she raised 50 pesos, which she donated to Tzu Chi.
Masaya. Parang na ako eh. Katabang na ko ba sa mga tao. Yun lang po.
Great love is seen in different corners of the world. Pave the path and protect the land with sincere love.
Tranquilo y en paz, sin pesares y sin inquietudes ni quejas.
To celebrate the Lunar New Year, children from Malaysia Tzu Chi Kindergarten in Johor Bahru drew plum flowers with Chinese brush painting. We'll leave you with these images at the end of our program. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.